Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. And somebody contacted me. They made a really large puzzle. This thing is 21 by almost 16 inches. They're cutting out of cardboard. First of all, I'm going to change your duplicate distance to 0. I've changed your nudge factor to 24. And we're going to take and hit Control D and make a duplicate and move that over and actually make another one. Now, because we moved it over 24 inches, this indexing line, we'll also move over 24 inches, and then I can Control D and make it a duplicate. So now I have 4 corners. They want to cut it into, I'm going to show them how to cut it into 2 parts. You could actually cut it out into 4 parts. And I've got it all ungrouped. So we can just take this outer part, and really you're going to probably need that if you're going to do it this way. They said something about the Smart Fill tool. It would be really a lot of work to fill each one of those individually parts in with the Smart Fill tool. That is a way, and then you can move them over and do anything you want. I'm trying to figure out a way where you could do that without that. And I guess we are going to have to use that outline to get the outline. I hadn't thought about that. So let's try this. Let's see if the virtual segment delete key will not stop at that indexing line, and it does. So that'll work. So what we can do is leave that outline, and we're going to just cut this guy in half using the virtual segment delete key. They also said they have some double lines. I don't see any double lines. But the virtual segment delete key took away that part. We don't need this part. We're going to cut the bottom part out first. And then let's just look to see how we did, and it worked. I mean, there's half the puzzle. I think it worked out perfectly. That's a little just the way the puzzle is formed, I guess. So let's move that indexing line back. And now let's take the virtual segment delete key. And I shouldn't have cut my original, but I've got a copy over there. And so carefully cut that. Let's take away the indexing line for just a second. And now let's group this together, Control G, Control G. And now we can just nudge this one back. And I think it worked. Now, you will have a double line there in the middle because let's just move it up 1 inch and grab that and move it up 1 inch. So that is going to, because inside this puzzle, the puzzle generator just made individual lines, which makes it cut real quick. So this is just a line. So each line is only going to cut 1 time. And you could actually do this in 4 sections. But I almost guarantee that will work. Now, I've got a little bit of a hiccup right there. You could go back and just kind of look at them. I'd look at all the edges just to make sure we don't have any, I call hiccups. And just go through here because I almost think it's going to match up perfectly. I would look at it really close. Like there's another one. And you can have it zoomed in and grab your pan tool and you can pan over at that same zoom level and look at each spot. Take the virtual segment delete key and just delete that little bit of a line. And then like I said, I would look at each one of them. And I maybe could have done well, you can't really do a better job with the virtual segment delete key because of the fact that you don't want to cut the tops of the locking part of the puzzle away. But I think we got them all, and now let's grab that node and make sure they still fit together, and they do. So you could do that, all 4 ways. You could split it down the middle, and that way you still got an outside cut. And also, they are doing it so they could pick it up because they're using cardboard. If I was using plywood, I could cut this all out. And first of all, I'd have a frame around it for the puzzle to fit in. But then you could just lightly take some, of course, it'd take a lot, double-sided, or not double-sided, just blue painter's tape, and lift it off your laser bed. They're actually taking their vector bed out and turning it upside down, then the puzzle gets all taken apart. But you could actually do it all four ways. And this would help if you wanted to do a puzzle like her laser bed is, well, that doesn't make any sense, the dimensions, but if you only had a 24 by 12, this says 24 by 16, and the 12, okay, it fits. Those measurements so if you only had, you could run half the laser bed, half the puzzle at a time. I think they're doing it so they can actually pick it up. But this way, you could run. If your bed was only 12 inches, you could run this same puzzle in a smaller laser and have a bigger puzzle. Anyway, I hope that's what they were asking, and thank you for watching.